Hey, sports card fans, welcome back to another episode of Two Guys, One Hobby. How you doing, Don?
I'm doing great. Got a
I'm
good
doing
guest.
pretty good myself. It's we're recording this on Tuesday, and the Mets just beat the Brewers in the first game of the wild card series, 8-4. So pretty happy about that. So
Yeah,
can't complain.
I could care less about
I know, like you said, baseball season.
that.
What baseball season? It's
Right.
it's done for you guys, but yeah, it's been again, I think another month since we did the last episode. And of course, it's my turn to pick a guest. And unfortunately, we had a great guest in mind, but just his schedule just didn't work out. So I had to go with an alternative. So, I guess he'll do. But even he had some scheduling conflicts because he was in the path of the recent hurricane. So glad he is okay.
Yep.
Everything's sort of settled for him and stuff. So he doesn't need an introduction. Probably doesn't deserve one either. But let's get him on here. LouRok TV.
Ooh.
How you doing, Lou?
I'm Plan B. I'm Plan B.
No.
If I was
Come
picking, you're
on.
Plan B. You're Plan B for John, not on my side. You're a misfit. How can you be Plan B?
Well, you're a misfit. I figured it just goes, with everything. So, no, you are definitely not a Plan B.
That's because I'm ride or
I
die.
had
If this fit brother needed me, I am there.
That's right.
yes.
Yeah, you did forget that you needed my connections to get your guest on here.
Yeah, I had his number and I'm texting him. I'm like, dude, is he ghosting me? Like, what's going on? I texted him in the past. And so I said, Don, and he's like, oh, okay, I'll get a hold of Lou. Oh, yeah, no problem and stuff. And I'm like, dude, like, what's going on?
Then I had to
And
reply like in 30 seconds, like, yeah, I'm good, bro.
I
I was like, John, I get things done.
yes. In fact, what I did, I can now text Lou. I had to delete whatever messages I had sent you in the past. I deleted the whole conversation and started a new one, and those went through. So it was on my phone, something glitch or something. I don't know, but
Yeah, I wouldn't ignore you, brother.
yeah. No, I know you had made some other comments of like, hey, where's my invitation? I'm like, oh, I must have gotten caught in the mail.
Snail
And
mail.
so yeah, no, glad to have you on episode here. So 27, I think it is we're up to, or whatever the heck it is. But I wanted you on for one reason, and it's because we have a similar taste in vintage. Now I know you collect beyond vintage, you collect modern, it's junk wax. I know you did a recent video saying you collect everything. But there's one area that you collect that sort of in some way mirrors how I collect or what I collect. So I figured we'd talk about that. But of course, before we get into that, obviously the big recent news was Pete Rose passing away at 83. And I don't know, just wanted to get the two of your thoughts on his career and the whole gambling and Hall of Fame and all that stuff.
Go ahead, Luke. Yep.
I'm from the standpoint where I love the history of the game, and when I explain these stories and players and the history of the game to my daughter Bob or anyone who wants to listen, can I explain the game without this person? If I cannot do that, then they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. And the Hit King deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I understand. I'm sure, everyone's text thread was burning up. Even my wife, she's like, did you hear Pete Rose? My sister sending me. She's like, oh, Pete Rose died. Like, everyone knows Pete Rose. People who don't follow the game know Pete Rose because, of course, the off-field issues. There's a couple buddies of ours in the YouTube community who are staunch against Pete Rose, the integrity of the game. But I mean, I honestly believe he wasn't. The guy's nickname was Charlie Hustle. I don't think he was betting, and we'll never know unless we find evidence. But I really think Pete Rose bet to win. I don't think he
Yeah.
bet against his team. I mean, to have that many hits, he's not throwing games. He is all out. I mean, he took out people at the All-Star game.
Right.
A meaningless game. Like, it means nothing. And he was always 100%. And one of my greatest, like, the summer of '98 will always be number one for me because I just remember I was going through basic training. My father was sending me news clippings. The summer of '98 when McGuire and Sosa were doing their thing, unbelievable. That's going to be a memory for forever. But the following year in '99, when they had the all-century team, Pete Rose, that was the first time Pete Rose was allowed in a major league ballpark with an invitation. Any other time he had to buy a ticket like anyone else. And it was such a beautiful moment. You know, you had Ted Williams being carted in, all those greats. And then I just remember how angry I was. I think it was Peter Gray
Yeah.
ruined the moment. And Pete Rose is like, can I just enjoy this?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That's going to be the closest thing he's ever going to get to the Hall of Fame, aside from every year where he's like 3 blocks down, you know, signing everything and anything during Hall of Fame weekend. But that's probably the closest thing he's ever going to get.
And didn't he get a huge standing ovation or
Oh
something?
my
It was
God.
like just tremendous.
I really thought he had the momentum, the traction, the all-century team. The fans voted the all-century team. He's on there. And I truly believe Peter Gray messed it up because it was just a bad look on both sides. He was just trying to enjoy it. Peter Gray wouldn't let it go. He was like a dog on a bone. And I really thought, I told my father at that time, I was like, he's never going to get into the Hall of Fame. Because before, I was like, yo, fans are voting. We're a forgiving society. If he appears to be humble, he accepts, you know, the nomination of the all-century team. The players enjoyed having him there. I thought the following year he was going to get in, or you know, the first available moment, but it never happened. And it's just one of those things. It's never going to happen. I just wish they at least could acknowledge some way because he deserves to be in that museum. But that's what I
of course, there's stuff all on social media the past day and a half and stuff like that. And I forget who it was, Dan Patrick show or something like that. He was saying that technically the Baseball Hall of Fame is an independent group. That if they were to decide to put him, now obviously he can't be put on a new ballot because of it's past 10 years. But I guess in theory, they could
is
put
that
him on
true?
one of the veterans.
Is that true? Since he's never been on the ballot?
I don't know.
he has eligibility once he's off the ban list, but since he's not eligible because he's banned by baseball.
Right, but let's say he was eligible. Would he have 10 years to be voted in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think so.
I would think
once
so,
he's
yeah.
eligible, his name will appear.
Right.
And,
But yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if he would appear on like with recent players that have their first year of eligibility, or whether he would be relegated to what I think it used to be called the Veterans Committee. I forget the Classic Committee or whatever it's called now.
Technically, I mean, if it ever happens, it'll probably be the Veteran Committee. But from what I understand, he's never been eligible at all. Like he's never had a moment where, you know, he waited the 5 years and his name pops up. So in theory, if he's eligible, his name pops up for the first time. He has 10 years after that, unless he doesn't meet that 5%.
He would.
Threshold to get, of course, but you know, he'll be knocked off in the first year if he doesn't hit that 5%.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. But that's a lot of ifs. If.
That's why it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I told a buddy. Of course, it was after I was drinking a little bourbon. I'm like, when that man passes away, because I'm a little hidden fact of LouRok. I love ghosts. I was like, those halls are gonna be haunted. I would love to have like a tour of Cooperstown. Pete Rose is just gonna be in there, just walking the halls, bro.
Him and Shoeless Joe.
Oh yeah.
Joe's gonna welcome him in.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he should be into, I don't know what it would need to take from Major League Baseball. Of course, their social media posts when they say, "Oh, we mourn the passing," and
Mhm.
the comments are just attacking Major League Baseball of like, "Oh yeah, but everyone has their opinion."
Well, I mean, I have buddies at work, and I mean, I do fantasy baseball, but like they are hardcore. They bet on everything. They'll bet what color socks the players are gonna come out with. And it's funny because you'll watch a game and just look at the outfield wall. There's three different sites, um, MLB, all their sports channels, but like the pregame, they'll talk about plus minus, who's favored, over unders. I mean, this is part of the culture. This is in the shows,
Right.
but yet we're gonna. My man did this years ago with no evidence that he bet against fixed games. He just admitted he betted on baseball. Um, he said he bet to win. It is what it is. But I mean, to get that many hits, I
Yeah.
mean,
And
you're saying that
if
he
he
could
would
have
have
got
fessed up
1,000.
and yeah, if he would have fessed up in the beginning too, and maybe went around to minor league parks and talked about it and
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
if he said sorry, but I mean, you can't. This isn't the nice Hall of Fame. This isn't. The guy was an old, stubborn guy, and
Right.
he did it for a long time. People are saying, "Oh, if he just came out and apologized," well, not
No, I know
everyone
what you
is an
mean.
apologist.
I just read a book on him recently too. I mean, he's been betting for years
yeah.
as a player too. And I agree with you, Lou. I don't think he was betting against himself. He played too hard for me to
Yeah,
believe that.
I mean, you
But
never saw him take a play off. You telling me that guy's fixing games?
yeah,
No, man. If
Yeah.
anything, he probably had too much money on the game. He's like, I better step it up.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's sweet. I like that better than his rookie card.
and I was looking at that rookie, that
Yeah.
thing too. I was looking at autos. I'm like, that guy signed everything, and his stuff is going crazy. So don't buy a Pete Rose autograph right now.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I have no,
Yeah, or a rookie or anything.
oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, obviously, we don't want to have this whole hour-long conversation here just on Pete Rose, but
I know. I love
we'll
baseball.
just
Talk Pete.
I just say it. Leave it in the comments if you think Pete Rose should or should not be in the Hall of Fame, and that way we'll get 300 comments. So, um, but the main reason why I wanted to have you on, Lou, is as I mentioned, one of the areas that you like to collect are Hall of Fame rookie cards. So, first off, what is it? Is there anything special to you about beyond it being obviously the player's first card? But is there anything else that you find special or meaningful about a player's rookie card and why you want to collect them? Or
It's almost like a diamond in the rough. Honestly, I know looking back is like it's not that big of a deal, but I kind of like looking for the rookie card now, and because you just don't know. You just don't know if this guy's gonna be the next. I can say it now because he's got a nice little sample size. Shohei.
Mhm.
Before him was Mike Trout. Before that was Ichiro and Pujols. Really, when I look at a rookie card nowadays, it's usually because I have an attachment to it. It pulls at the heartstrings. Usually it's a Yankee, Judge, Glaber, or something that goes back to my like Latino heritage. Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, because my pops was Puerto Rican, my mom's Dominican, so stuff like that. Sammy Sosa was big. I love Sammy Sosa, so I have a lot of his rookie cards. But typically, for the newer stuff, is because there's so much of it. That's how I have to focus on. But for the vintage stuff, those were the guys I read about. So um, I grew up in the age. I was born in '81. I'm 43 years old, and I fell in love with the Gold Cup and the rated rookie. So ever since then, if I saw a Gold Cup or a rookie card, it was for me. So naturally, as I got older, the rookie card was just the card to get. Now, the second, third, fourth year cards are more affordable, so sometimes I get those. Like the Campy, I have thanks to my boy Donnie, I got the 1950 Bowman Campy, beautiful card. Just because it's a beautiful card, like how can
Right.
you not have it? But it looks good with the 49. But it's just something about it's almost like a mythical creature. That rookie card, everyone loves the rookie card. So supply and demand. People want it. You gotta chase it. I mean,
Yep.
it's nice having. Don't get me wrong. It's nice having a Mantle 4th-year card, 5th-year card, but it's the rookie. Same thing with Gibby. I love Bob Gibson. Yeah, it's nice to have that 1960, 1963. If you favor a set design like my boy Double D, there's certain set designs that I love. Like I love 64 because it reminds me of 86 tops.
Mhm.
1960s, everyone's favorite. I love like 59. So I'll get cards in that set, but money's finite. And if I'm going to focus on, unless it's a player run I'm focusing on, I'm getting the rookie card. I'll wait. I'll be patient because to me, it just means more than getting a 4th-year card.
So I've got a question for you on rookie cards. So me personally, I only like a card like this, an individual card. I don't like the 4 guys or the heads or the 2. How do you feel about those? There you go.
Yeah, it's the only one in 56 too. The Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Honestly, I do favor the single cards more. Like I love this card.
Yeah.
Love the Gold Cup. Has everything that you could look. Look how young he looks. However, when I got this card, I was smiling from ear to ear. I understand as it's multiple. It is what it is. I mean, I still like to have it.
Right.
Like I'm looking at Willie Stargell on eBay. I'm ready to pull the trigger on that because I won my fantasy league. Hoping it stays low enough. But yeah, it really doesn't affect. Like you telling me if you have an opportunity to get Pete Rose, you're not going to get it. I know he's not a Hall of Famer, but something like that. People are like, oh, I can't stand the Pete Rose floating heads. That was the design of the card. That's just how they did it. If not, I mean, these sets were already 700 cards. You're gonna put one on each guy. It's gonna be 900 cards. They didn't know
Yeah, I
this
gotta be
guy.
honest, Lou. If you said I've got a 63 for sale and a 64, and I can afford either one, they both look the same, I'm buying the 64.
Ugh.
But I'm not a rookie card collector, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
It's
Just,
not
that's what it is. If it wasn't a rookie card, I wouldn't care less because it's funny because Tony Oliva probably has like 3 rookie cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I got the 64 way back in the day because it says rookies on it. And I think I got it at a flea market or something. I was so stoked. And I made the mistake of going on the PSA set registry and I'm like, dang, he's got 63? I got the 64 in the Hall of Fame box, but I had to buy the 63. 63 is up there somewhere.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just shoot. There's a whole bunch. That was just synonymous with the times, when it comes to the 60s and 70s. The 70s. Yeah, there's multiple cards like
Yeah, 70s had multiple.
Even the Munson. Well, he's not Hall of Famer, but they do have multi.
That is one though. He's getting traction. He's sneaky. I'm
He'll
not
get in someday.
I'm not a big upgrade guy, but it was one because I was like, oh, he won't be eligible. He's not going to make the Hall of Fame. But I'm a Yankee. He's just part of the pedigree. Captain. That the catching history of the Yankees is bananas. Bill Dickey, to Yogi, Elston Howard, Thurman Munson. Then there's a little bit of a gap. Then you got Jorge Posada. I thought Gary Sanchez was going to be in there when he hit 30 home runs in like 50 games, and he became complete trash. But Thurman Munson, it's just when you have people going in there, like people always talk down on Buster Posey. You got to look at the whole totality of his career, especially in the playoffs. I'm high on Buster Posey. Like I'll take Buster Posey over Joe Mauer any day. And you're talking about Yadier is getting in there. Who else is getting in there? There's just a lot of catchers of like Ted Simmons, who was a solid catcher for a long time. These guys are getting in. And you're telling me a World Series MVP, 7-time All-Star in Munson, dying prematurely, captain of the Yankees. I don't care. You could be captain of any other team, but you put captain of the Pinstripes, that means more than any other captainship. And that deserves to be on a resume. of
Mhm.
Hall of Fame status, and he was all of that. And yeah, Thurman Munson's a Hall of Famer. Ted Simmons is in. Joe Mauer's in.
I'll take Munson over Simmons all day long.
All day, baby. All freaking day.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
me
I think in,
hyped
in,
up.
in some sense,
Hall of
you
Fame.
need to look beyond just stats. I mean, stats are obviously one thing, but there's some intangibles that I
Eyeball
think you have to look at.
eyeball test. I was just having this
Yeah.
argument with somebody today.
But
Like talking to James, Lou from Guy Like Collectibles. You know, they were arguing like Harold Baines, and you know, they know I'm always look. Harold Baines is a Hall of Famer, yes, but if you look at the totality of his career, he was because what got me hyped up. I could get hyped up about the Hall of Fame. My man's like, oh, Biggio wasn't all that. He just hang on. He held on for a long time, so he got 3,000 hits. I'm like, bro, they don't keep scrubs for a long time.
right.
If you can play
Yep.
at second, and especially at second base, which isn't very represented, he got 3,000 hits. And on top of that, he stayed with one team. Harold Baines played for like 9 teams, and he got 2,800 hits. He has one Silver Slugger, no Gold Gloves. The guy's a scrub. He held on. He was like Bernie Mac,
He is
Yeah.
scrub.
kind of Mr. 3000. That's
Yeah.
what I attribute. Look, don't get me wrong. Solid player, good player. But not one time was he the guy on his team. Not one time was any pitcher like, ooh, throw up the 4, walk him to first.
Right.
No one was scared of Harold Baines. Biggio, you planned for. It was the killer bees. Biggio and Bagwell and Berkman.
Yep.
But those were the guys, when you came to the ballpark, those were the guys you were planning for. And Biggio was a one, to me, that's also a tribute to a solid Hall of Fame player. You stayed with one team, one fan base. You didn't chase the money. That means something to me. Like the captain, Derek Jeter. Biggio played like 19 years for Houston. That means something. Harold Baines was catching contracts. And on top of that, was hoping to get to 3,000. He didn't get there, but I can't hate. He's in there.
Yeah, he
So,
was
luckily
good
his
enough,
card-
good enough to last.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I'll take his career personally.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't suck, but
I'll be a ball player for almost 20 years, but we're talking Hall of Fame, man. I mean, one Silver Slugger, bro. One Silver Slugger. Yeah, one good year. Trip. Congrats. Like 6 All-Stars. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Get me
All right.
hyped up.
Beyond Harold Baines, what would you consider to be your favorite Hall of Fame rookie card, and why?
Oh, I mean, my guy, Clemente. I didn't even bring it down because I show that card a lot, but I mean, for obvious reasons, Clemente, especially Hispanic Heritage Month. Clemente Day was on the 15th.
yep.
To me, in my culture, in my household, Clemente was Willie Mays. My father talked with such reverence when he talked about Clemente. You know, angel sent from above. He was the island's guardian angel and to humanity. He was fighting on all fronts. You know, the language level. That's why he tried so hard. He wanted to speak in English. Um, no matter when people were clowning him or making fun of him, he was like, I need to learn English. So he learned the language. He joined the Marine Corps. But he wanted people to know he was Roberto Clemente. He wasn't Bob. He wasn't Bobby. He didn't like that. And so he was very proud from where he came from. However, he understood the importance of helping people, being a great humanitarian, but also represent where you came from, you know, and do it with class. So I will always have mad respect for his legacy. I just, ever since I was a little kid, I did a book report because we were just doing book reports on heroes, and I was just trying to find something related to baseball. And I knew, of course, the big guys, Ruth and Mantle because of the Yankees. According to my grandfather, Keith Hernandez, Willie Randolph. You know, he's the old all those. Oh, Orlando Cepeda. That was my grandfather's favorite. But I started doing research, and my pops was like, "Why don't you do Clemente if you want to do baseball?" I'm like, "Clemente? Who is Clemente?" My dad's like, "Oh my God, I failed as a parent." I was a little kid, so. And then ever since then, I fell in love. I went to the library, went to the Dewey Decimal System, little card catalog, finding that. My kids, I told them about the Dewey Decimal System. They had no idea what I was talking about.
Of course not.
And yeah, ever since I want to say sixth grade, I did book report, maybe fifth grade. It was Clemente for me. And,
You were talking about him being an angel at the there's a Clemente museum that I know you know about here in Pittsburgh, and there is it's like almost a mural, but it's 4 pieces, and it's him looking, and the way the clouds are, it looks like wings.
I have that
And
picture somewhere.
yeah, and the owner of that museum found those in the dumpster. The newspaper in town was going out of business and threw all these slides in the dumpster. And somehow he found out about it, went and got them all. And when they do the tour, that's where I heard that from. But that's where he got that photo from.
I do the tour on YouTube because there's some good Clemente museum tours that he's put on YouTube.
Right.
He's I mean, almost everything's donated, but the stories, like some of the stuff, like I think a garbage man found something, like you said, was tossed. Like it was his contract, one of his contracts
Yeah.
with the Pirates, and that was.
They have one of the propellers from his plane.
Yeah, I heard about
in
that.
there.
That'd be one of those things where it's just like you feel the hair on your neck stand
Yeah,
up.
but they found it in a scrapyard somewhere down there. Like it was crazy.
That's bananas.
But
Yeah, you'll be one of the first calls I make because that is going to be. My wife knows that's on her bucket list. You know,
Yeah, it's worth it. I've been there like 3 or 4 times now, and I see something new every time.
Yeah, I want to go.
That I missed.
You mentioned that you mentioned Roberto and Bob, that he didn't like to be called Bob, yet Topps for a couple years put his name as Bob Clemente. Do you know why Topps?
Simply just to make him, just to make him more appealing. From everything I read,
American.
Make him more appealing to the American public because he was a superstar. He was a great player. He was in Pittsburgh, which is one of those teams that back in the day was a top-notch team, and they had great players, and they wanted him to be more appealing because he was black, he was Spanish, so they had to do something where they're like.
But wasn't he already established by then? Because I think his rookie card and earlier cards, I'm not sure when they started with the Bob.
Super early.
55, it's pretty early.
55, 56 is Roberto, and then after that is Bob. So by his third year.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was somehow later on, and then they switched it back.
No, 55, 56 is Roberto, and then they started doing Bob.
Yeah, there was a long-time announcer for the Pirates. He used to call him Bob and Bobby. His name is Bob Prince. And if you see he interviews him at the 71 World Series right before he speaks Spanish, and he calls him Bobby, I believe. And I don't know if Topps did that or from him or where that came from, to be honest. But that makes sense what you said, Lou. Just trying to Americanize him and make him more appealing to the public. So let's see some other rookie cards you got there, man.
Speaking of Bob,
yeah,
this is a new one. Shout out to my boy James Elite Hunters, even though he was upsetting me with all this bad Yankee talk today. But he hooked me up with a steal of a deal. Got this.
By the way, I'm having trouble doing the solo layout for some reason, so we'll have to stay on our individual screens here. But
it's all good, brother. You're stuck. You got to pay your internet bill.
I know. Yeah. I'm having issues, but
you got that at the National this past year, right?
Yes, this was my big card at the National. I love it. I just smile looking at it.
Yeah,
this was my big rookie card. There was a couple big hitters I wanted, some whales I wanted, and it was just one of those things. I didn't want to be so narrow in my focus. I have an idea of what I want, and whatever I came across, if the price was right, like I said, I've been telling people it's got to be a perfect storm for a lot of things. Eye appeal, timing, budget. That's all it is, and all that came. It was at the. Sure, I was just gonna say what's up to James, and I saw it, and he brokered the deal because this wasn't his card. It was just he's just working those tables. Everyone who knows James was working, and it was just something I couldn't pass up. So love that card just because I I wasn't expecting to get it so fast. The other card I was looking for was a 48 Yogi, 48 Bowman Yogi. That's the big one I wanted, and 51 Bowman Whitey Ford. I think those are the two I'm going to ask Santa Claus for. One of those two. So I'm going to be making a Santa Claus list very soon to do that.
Nice. Go with that campy you got last Christmas.
No, last Christmas was this. Shout out to you, Donnie. I got the
that's right. Man. I was thinking, didn't you got campy one year for Christmas though? Didn't you?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Tears, bro. It was there was a lot of allergies. The pollen count was high. Oh, look at that. For Dylan.
I'm the musical guy, and I'm the only one that doesn't have the card.
Yep.
I got another one for you. This was his first time, so that's why I keep it in my Hall of Fame box. But
oh yeah.
I found this in the wild. I can't remember if it was a flea market or a value box. It was a high end value box. It wasn't like $1 or anything, but he just had a whole bunch of loose singles in there. I was like, man, this is clean.
That's such a shame that that's his first card, man.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have a 56 or 54 or 57.
It's a good looking one.
Yeah.
This is for you, Lou.
But
that was a national pickup.
Heck yeah, bro. Let's play the match game. Love that card.
Yeah.
What grade is yours? Mine's a LouRok TV Gem Mint 10.
Mine's a Fantastic 5.
LouRok TV. My grandfather's favorite player,
Orlando. That's one of my favorite rookie cards right there. That's a great card.
About 58, man.
I love 58. Man.
58 is so sick, right? I love 58. One card, I mean, he's not Hall of Famer, but again, the story of baseball. Okay, we gravitate to the Hall of Famers because they typically are the ones
I think I know who you're going to say.
That you need to talk about. But you need Roger Maris in the collection. You need Kurt Flood in the collection.
That's what I thought you were going to say. Yeah.
You need these guys in there. And yeah, I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then something, I don't know if I can show it, but this card, it's still a Hall of Fame rookie card. Yeah. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, it is.
It's too new. It's too new for you, John, but
no, I have it, but it's in another box somewhere else.
You do have it.
So I don't have a graded copy.
I got a deal on this because the dealer submitted this here in Pittsburgh and he was pissed at the grade, and the card is like, I agree with him. He got robbed on it, but I got it for like nothing. He's like,
get it. I love it, man. That's kind of why that's damn usual. I was talking to the card shop. I was like, bro, did someone put this in the wrong box? He's like, nah, bro. It's off left to right. It'll never grade high. I'm like, bro, this is a 58 All-Star. Like,
yeah.
Like the registration is great, colors good. He's like, bro, if you wanted that bad, you can have it for $15. I'm like, done.
Right.
Nice.
I mean, he knows I'm spending money in there anyway, so he gave me a real good deal. But yeah, like Griffey. Going back to, it's funny how everything ties up, but because I wasn't expected to talk about the '99 All-Star game, the All-Century team. But Griffey was the youngest cat voted on that team. He only had 10 years on because it was '99 drafted. He was playing '89. But he was the one. He was the one that was going to break the home run record.
He would have, too, if he didn't get hurt, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. 10 games. Well, I mean, the guy was phenomenal. And, I mean, Shohei is making a run. A lot of people are like, well, he doesn't play the field. That's because he's not pitching. And you're telling me if Shohei, I mean, as athletic as he was, he can't play left or right? I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
he'll probably be phenomenal at that too. It's just they can't afford because the Dodgers are planning on putting him in the 2 or 3 slot in the rotation. They're like, we don't need you running, tripping on
jumping through walls.
Yeah. I mean, he's
speaking of that team, there was a player that didn't get voted on that Bud Selig was like, this is a crime. He has to be on this team, and he put him on. You guys know who that was?
Bud Selig said he had to be on. I know Clemente was on there. Give me like is that a new guy? A new word guy? He needs to be.
Was it someone who was alive at the time?
Yep. He's no longer alive, but he was at the time.
Well, Bench was on there.
I mean, he was on the team, but he wasn't voted by the fans. And Selig was like, "That's unbelievable that he's not one of the top players."
Wow.
It wasn't Rose?
Musial?
Oh,
Yep.
really?
Are you kidding me?
Nope, he didn't make the cut. And but Selig, he even said, I was reading, I just read a book about Stan that Selig was like, "I know they're going to leave someone off. That's ridiculous," and they did, and that's why he had a thing like, "I'm putting them on."
Well,
Wow.
isn't it always funny how we always say, man, this guy, I still think, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not a cheap card by any means. However, we always say, oh, man, he's underappreciated. He's undervalued. Because, I mean, unless you're, I mean, he's inner circle, right? Inner circle Hall of Famer.
No
He's
doubt.
just legendary. 2-time MVP, 2-time World Series. Guy is phenomenal.
But look at the price of
Layman
that
won't-
card versus this one.
Exactly. Layman doesn't know.
And I'm not saying he's better than Aaron, but he should be in the ballpark.
Mhm.
Yes. The average guy doesn't know. I mean,
Right.
you got to be in the hobby. You got to know baseball. That's sometimes it's like an all-star game. You're like, he got the highest amount of votes, on certain years. I'm not saying every year, but sometimes you're surprised. This guy's is hitting like 250, and he's in the
Yeah.
all-star game because he was voted in.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially those big markets. The Yankees, the Dodgers.
No, I forget how the voting went for that because it was the all-century team, so it was the top 100.
It was the fans
Wait.
voted.
But was it, in other words, was it
I think they had
a
top
vote
10
for,
in every
you know,
position.
yeah,
all
by
time.
position, and you had so many, and so I can see because he played outfield, right?
Yeah.
Musial. So
Then first base.
in first base. But I definitely wouldn't have missed him or passed him up. But I'm wondering if he maybe just didn't get enough votes for the number of outfielders that they selected.
Most definitely.
I can't believe he was completely like forgotten by voters. But I'm
I mean,
wondering
he
if
got
he
votes,
just
but
didn't get enough votes.
Right.
I'm sure there was a threshold or there was a position limit, but
Yeah, but
yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, where was he? I don't remember where he was at. If he was first or outfield, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
If
not
he was
sure.
if he was outfield, it's gonna be done. Especially when the fans, especially when you have fans and you're trying to vote the greatest of all time, you want a little representation. So at that time, Griffey was our goal. He was the 52 Mantle Chase. He changed the hobby, Upper Deck 89. Everyone wanted it. At that time, 10 straight years, Gold Gloves, Sweet Swing. I think he already had an MVP.
One of the prettiest swings ever.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And in the outfield, he was just so smooth.
To me, he's still the best overall player I've ever seen. But Shohei's catching up quick. But yeah, it's just I loved Griffey. Everyone loved Griffey. He was the
Right.
he's the reason why I still wear my hat backwards. Everyone's in the batting cages, turning their hat around.
Oh, no doubt. I played softball for years with my hat like that.
Yeah.
That, and there's another reason why I like wearing my hat backwards. I'm a big Stallone guy. Do you remember the movie where he turned his hat around? And he was like, every time I turn my hat around, I'm like a machine. Do you remember the movie?
It's got to be a Rambo movie, right?
Over the Top, when he was the trucker.
I'm not a big movie guy, man.
Oh my gosh, one of the greatest. It deserved an Oscar. He had a guy drinking water oil.
There'll be all kinds of comments like, "How did you not know that?"
It was one.
Thanks for setting me up, Lou.
It's not gonna get an Oscar, but it was one of those '80s movies where he's a trucker, arm wrestling. Come on, you can't make this stuff up.
Dude, in the '80s, I was in high school. I was doing other things.
Come
Well,
on,
hey,
bro.
I have
to movies.
I have two trivia questions since we're sort of getting into
I got one too.
Asking about movies and things like that. So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. These are baseball card related questions. And we mentioned earlier about 1958. So I'm going to test your 1958 knowledge here.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Did we totally lose him?
Yeah, he's still smiling though. On his,
I know.
It looks like the Joker.
Well, here, I got one for you since he's off. I think you'll know this. But this guy's rookie card was like, you know, an individual card like this.
Featured on the 19th.
Oh. Don, you were paused for like.
All right. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Yet. Well, I tried to get a new connection. So hopefully everything gets reset at least for a little bit. So go ahead, Don. You ask your question.
Okay. So there's a rookie card that's an individual card like this. But his second year card says rookies, and he shares it with someone else. You guys know who that is?
Yeah, so his individual rookie card, but his second one.
So let's just say his 76 was an individual card. This player's 77, he was split with another player, same rookies.
Wasn't Lou Piniella, was it?
No, he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, Hall of Famer. Okay, Hall of Famer.
76 Hall of Famer.
No. I just used that card as an example.
Oh, okay.
But this is actually the only rookie card from them. It could be any year.
Bill Necro?
No. His rookie card was a duel.
I think of a
pitcher.
Was the second one?
He was a pitcher.
Oh, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Jim Cott.
No.
Second year wasn't.
Oh, was it Gossage?
Nope. Okay, the card was in the 60s.
It's in the 60s.
Oh man, I'm failing horribly.
I used to have it. I don't think I have it anymore. We should did to show it.
Wow, I'm drawing a blank.
Give up.
Yeah, I give up.
Picture. But I know I have it.
So it's a 1962 is his rookie card.
Okay.
It's Gaylord Perry.
He has a second year.
It's the painted in 63. He shares it. So it's the only time where the guy had his own rookie card. 62 is his rookie.
Yeah.
63, they've got him on a whatever they called him back then.
I don't have the 63. That was tricky, my friend.
Well, the 63 is not. The 63 is not his rookie. The 62.
I mean, you know what I mean. The 63. I don't have the second year card.
Yeah.
I have the Gaylord right there.
But it's weird. That's the only one I know of that they've done that.
Wow.
He had his own card, and then he had to share it the next year with his card.
Gosh, dang it!
All right. Well, I got my.
Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
I got it, bro.
There
I got the rookie.
I don't have. I didn't know the 6. Now I'm interested to see that card.
Yeah.
I need to pick it up. Can't be too expensive.
No, I doubt it. There's people screaming at this thing right now.
Let's see if you can get my two trivia questions.
Oh man, I feel horrible.
So, back to 1958. Which two Hall of Fame players were featured on the 1958 Topps Rival Fence Busters card?
Is that Mays and Fence Busters?
Mano and Aaron.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember because they had a whole bunch of.
I'll give you a multiple choice. This may make it easier or not. Willie Mays and Duke Snider, Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle, Willie Mays and Hank Aaron, or Mickey Mantle and Ernie Banks.
Well, it's my guess.
I'm pretty sure it's Willie Mays. That's why I said it out the gate.
Who was Mays with on the?
Either Duke Snider or Mickey Mantle or Hank Aaron.
It's gonna be Snider.
Yeah, I think you might be right on that too.
Yep, Willie Mays and Duke Snider. Initially, Don, you said Mantle and Aaron. That was the World Series batting foes.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like that's tricky because there's a whole bunch of those.
I know.
tag teams, but Maze is in a couple of them. There's one with McCovey. I forgot who McCovey was on there with.
There's one with
Here's the
McCovey
other
and
one.
Maze, and McCovey towers over Maze.
Yeah.
Maze
McCovey was a big boy.
Yeah.
Here's a similar one. Which two Hall of Fame players were featured on the 1963 Topps Pride of the National League?
Pride of the
If you
National.
can guess it before I can do the multiple choice thing again.
I can't even picture that card.
Pride of the National League.
Yeah, give me the.
All right. Hank Aaron and Willie Mays is one option. Clemente and Duke Snyder. Aaron and Musial, or Willie Mays and Stan Musial.
It's Aaron and Musial.
No, wait, what was the first one?
Aaron and Willie Mays.
That's it, because Clemente's not with him and Musial doesn't have this.
No, I don't have the Clemente, so I don't think I have that one.
So you think it's Hank Aaron and Willie Mays?
Yes.
No.
What do you think it is, Lou?
It was the Musial and what was the other one? Mays.
Hank Aaron and Musial, or Willie Mays and Musial? Is
That's
that one?
Willie Mays and Musial. What am I
Eminem Boys.
Yep.
It's
Mays and
Mays and
Musial.
Musial. Duh.
Don, I threw that one in there because I figured you'd pick at least one of the Musial
I was like,
ones.
yeah, I know you threw me. You said the other one, like you're pretty confident, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I know it's not.
But
Clemente.
yeah,
I know
it
that
is.
card. Just
Unless you can actually picture that card in your head, so many different great matchups that you could have had.
The thing is, when you start going down that path, I know Maze is on a lot of those. Because I'm like, Maze is it. I just need.
got the freaking card right here.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh my
There
God,
you go.
Musial doesn't have any cards like that.
Yeah, but I know that'd be so dope with Clemente. That'd be one of my faves.
Yeah.
It was like Maze and Clemente or something like that.
Oh man, if there's a Musial and Clemente, I'd be golden.
Mm.
If they were kneeling, oh my god.
Oh my God, I know.
Oh, here's a
Now, Lou, do you have?
I love that card. I've never
got
owned
this.
that one.
This was our first. This was an AC. This was the card that George dropped.
Oh, that's right.
Don't mix alcohol and cardboard, boys.
Now, I know you're a Yankees fan, Lou, but do you happen to have Yaz's rookie?
Got it for you,
There you
homie.
go.
Right in his hand, man. He pulled that up quick.
It's like Unagi. I'm gonna be the third host. I'm no longer Plan B. I'm
There
gonna
you
be
go.
the third
Yep.
host.
Well, and if I keep having connection
Just
issues,
say,
you're
yeah,
gonna
at
have to
least
do
your
that.
internet works.
Yeah.
Hey, ever since the pandemic, my wife started working from home. I got 3 kids. I got one in college, one in high school. You know, my wife got a Peloton. I'm like, man, we need to up this. And all the TVs are smart TVs. I had to bump it up. And the best decision I
I'm
made.
blaming my son because as we speak, he's playing video games.
Yeah.
So
My son's on the
No,
computer.
my internet's jacked up too because I've got this house was built in the 40s. The walls are like this thick, and trying to get the internet
Bomb
through it.
shelter. You gotta get a mesh network.
That's what I have. I have the mesh
You do,
network.
and you still have
Yeah.
issues, bro.
No,
Well,
I don't. I
oh,
had to
right
get
there
it.
is my router. I'm like 4 feet from my router, and I'm having problems.
I was
No,
gonna
that mesh
say,
network is awesome.
yeah, those extenders that helps immensely. So that's what I suggest you should do.
Yeah.
But you got the router in your room, so I don't know. I don't know
I don't
what
know
Right.
what kind of cheap ass internet you have.
I got to throw in a little bit of a curveball here for you, Lou,
Ooh,
because we've been talking about vintage baseball. I got to throw out my Montana rookie.
oh, dang, I don't have it. I have him hanging. I got Montana. I love my Montana.
This was packed pulled in 1981. In fact, I had 2 of them,
Oh,
and
yeah.
one of them graded a 7, one of them graded a 7.5, and I sold the 7 because I
Yeah,
didn't
I
need
think-
2 of them.
So as I got older, I narrowed my focus to baseball, but I still go. You know, I love '90s basketball with the Knicks, Jordan, Kobe in the late '90s. So when I'm out in the wild, flea markets, card shows, and I'm not spending, I don't have plans on getting a big boy card. You know, might have $100 in my pocket. Then I go through the value box and I'm picking up those '90s inserts, basketball cards, Jordans, whatever.
Right.
But I don't go out buying those like on eBay. I'm not gonna go out and get a Jordan card. But yeah, growing up, I just whatever my mom would let me get. If I went to Kmart and they didn't have no baseball, but they had basketball and football, then I was getting a football card or a basketball card. But I have a Dan Marino rookie. That was one rookie as a kid I had to get.
Right.
At the Montana when I was a little bit older because
All those Pittsburgh quarterbacks.
yeah,
Yeah.
something in the water, bro. Something in the water up there.
It was.
Well, I used to go. My mom originally from Massachusetts, and we used to go up there to visit my grandparents a couple of weeks during the summer. Of course, that was baseball season, and then up near for Thanksgiving, and that was football season. So during the summer, I would go up, and my grandfather used to go down in the morning, get the morning paper to a little newsstand, and sometimes I'd go with him and buy a couple packs of baseball cards. Well, come Thanksgiving, the only thing available was football. So from like 1980 to maybe 83, 82, 83, those years, for Thanksgiving, I'd go up and buy. So I have a small number of those football cards from those years, but I never really got into collecting any other sports besides baseball.
Fun fact, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I mean, how can anyone argue about Thanksgiving? You got family, give or take. My family's pretty cool, so I enjoy my family.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah,
It's like,
family, food, and football. Like it does not get better. I have the same routine. I'll get up if I'm feeling a little feisty. I'll get up. I'll do a little run. Usually because in Florida it might start getting chilly. It's getting few. It's not that often, but when it's chilly, I'm loving it.
like 75.
Yeah.
Typically, after
Really?
Thanksgiving, we'll have the kids jump in the pool and we'll take pictures and send them to our family up north, and they're just going bananas. Like, how is the day after Thanksgiving? And they're in the pool. I'll do that. I'll go for a little run, then wake the kids up, watch the Macy's Day Parade, and then right after Macy's Day is like Detroit, and then after that it's like the Cowboys, and now they got that third, whoever is on the rotation for the third game. But it's the best, and my wife doesn't expect me to help. I'm just watching football, drinking a little adult beverage. It's just the best day. I'm just eating and watching football. I'm not expected to do anything. It doesn't get better. It's like Christmas.
Yeah. Say you have a good life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's nice now with the new house for us is now we get to host Thanksgivings. It was at my parents my grandparents for a long time, then my parents, and we just never could hold it in the townhouse that we were in to have a nice big family. Now we can have 14 people over, and so definitely for Thanksgiving we've been having him here. We've had 2, so this coming year will be the 3rd, I think. But it's so nice to just have everyone over to the house. And we're not huge family into sports and stuff, but I'll have a game on in the background and things like
in the
that.
background. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my sister.
You've been in that house 3 years already.
Yeah. It's just part of the holiday. Even if I'm not paying attention because I'm distracted, arguing with somebody or talking to somebody. Even my kids will be like, "Oh, who's playing?" I'm like, it's been Detroit for the last 30 years. I mean, who's playing? It's been the Cowboys forever. But it doesn't get, and that's why I love the Griswold movies, the National Lampoons, because it's just family. It's all about family, so it's just all the
even dysfunctional family. It's
and
very
your cousin Eddie,
yeah,
cousin Lou, Shitter's full.
Shitter's full. And that's how I know. Like, and then on Black Friday, when Black Friday has changed immensely, everything's online now. I won't even dare go, or my wife won't even go, but on Friday, the following day, because there's no football or anything like that, we start watching Christmas movies, the classics, National Lampoons. My kids love Elf with Will Ferrell, and then later on we start watching Die Hard. Me and my brother. Die Hard.
I never. I can sort of understand, but to me, it's just Die Hard is a Christmas movie. But for a guy thing, it's like, yeah, of course it's a Christmas movie. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Any other cards you want to show off while we have you on here?
I mean, yeah, I got some stuff. Here's a nice little 57 is just riddled with Hall of Fame auto. I mean, that's another thing. I have Hall of Fame autographs, but 57 has a lot of Hall of Fame rookie cards. Here's a nice little Frankie Robinson.
Yeah.
I'll need the Brooks Robinson. He's the last one I need.
Yeah, don't have that one.
And then some of the newer stuff because I grew. To me, I tell people all the time, this is the baddest looking, probably one of my favorite designs. Has everything. You got a bad mother trucker on here. Great car design, Gold Cup. Eddie Mott, 3,500. I mean, that car does not get any better.
Yeah, there's an underrated Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
I think ours is the same centering left to right.
Yeah, mine's not too bad right there.
Yeah, yours is better than mine, I think. Yep.
But then this one I got at a yard sale when I was a kid. I remember asking my mom for like an extra $2 because the kid I was buying his shoebox of cards. And I think he wanted $8, and all I had was 6. But there was a Ricky in there. I still got that same Ricky. Ricky being Ricky. So I got some of the newer
I was told by I think baseball collector when I was getting into vintage. I said, well, what grade do I? He says, you need to spend to get an 8. You're not going to afford. I couldn't afford a 9, of course, but he says if you're going to get a Ricky Henderson rookie, get it in an 8. You'll be so happy. So yeah,
those things jumped up crazy a couple years ago. And then this was a card I really wanted and I had to get it as I got older.
Yeah.
But this was, I mean, I got the top of that, but this was like such a difficult card, and I couldn't afford it as a kid. So I actually got this like last year or 2 years ago. And it was still expensive as an 8. Someone had it as a fair deal, and you know me, I sent him a message, and he took a couple bucks off, and went ahead and bought it. So
yeah, I need that Kirby, and I know he's not in the Hall of Fame, but that Roger Clemens from the '84 Flair up there is such a gorgeous card.
I was gonna say Kirby's not in the Hall of Fame. I was like, talking about it.
You watch baseball, bro?
Of course, I got to show off the Boggs.
Uh-oh.
We lost him again. Yeah, this one again? This is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, Billy. That's a solid one. I like that.
Am I still off?
No, I can hear you, but you're not moving.
We can hear you, but we can't see it.
All right, I was holding up the Wade Boggs rookie card.
That's a great card.
This might be a good one to end on here, since John's frozen. It is.
Yeah, people be sleeping on those early Bowmans, man. I love them. People are like, oh, the 40. I mean, so that was with the time period. It's black and whites or black and whites. I love the 48s. But 49, you talk about 57 being riddled with Hall of Fame rookies.
Yeah.
49 is beautiful. And yeah, the Jackie, the Page, Duke Snyder, Bob Lemon, obviously Campy. I think George Kell's in there. I'm missing somebody. But man, just beautiful, beautiful set and just great cards, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I love it. Dude. That page is gorgeous, man. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to get that one with my little. I'm going to cash out my vacation when I retire. And those are like 2 of the first cards I'm getting. I'm getting the Jackie 49. I'm getting the Page 49.
Getting the Page. Yeah, those are 2 awesome cards. I love that Jackie.
Oh, Dobie.
Okay.
That's a great card too. All right, he's back.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good. Well, then I can. I don't know what happened. I just sat here, but all right. There's my Boggs rookie. I got it in time. Yeah. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but Lou, it was great having you on. I heard everything. I saw everything. I don't know. Well, it's probably a good thing that you probably didn't see much of my face. So we'll probably get lots of views of the video. So just concentrate on the 2 of you guys. So.
Well, you know, the Misfits, we carried it.
That's true. Yep.
All day, every day. I mean, Johnny called. I came running. We could talk about baseball forever. Not just baseball. We talk about everything, but baseball is easy.
No doubt. Man, appreciate you being on, brother. I appreciate everything you've been doing down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
I know you had to delay it for some.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys being on. It's just I mean, you always see the memes and the reels how Floridians. And it was funny because the first day it was. I mean, people are on their jet skis in the middle of the road and kayaks, and that's typical. Are you prepped for the hurricane? And people are like, yeah, got our hurricane drinks ready.
Right.
That's. I mean, you say Cat 3, like a Category 3, people don't phase. They're not phased. It's funny because you see like the new people move into the neighborhood. They're looking for sandbags and doing this and the other. And we're just laughing like, we'll help you out, but don't worry. It's just a tropical storm. It's like a Thursday afternoon.
Oh, I'd be freaked. I'd be the one out there with
Yeah.
Yeah, but
tropical Category 1.
yeah,
Hunker
but
down.
the thing. I got some some roof damage at my house. The winds were pretty high. My tree got knocked down. But the thing that it looks like it's getting everybody. The size of the storm and the amount of water that's being dumped,
Yeah.
surge is bananas. This is crazy, and we're still dealing with it. I had several friends and coworkers lost everything.
Mm.
On my days off, even though I was working a long work week, on my first day off, had to go help some friends. And it's just heartbreaking. I mean, they're just, you see them in their lowest moments,
Yeah.
and you try to be there for them, and then you just get emotionally drained because you're trying to be up for
Right.
them, and you come home and just like, I come home and it's like, yeah, the hobby's an escape, but I'm looking at baseball cards and my homie just lost everything. He's like, man, I got to go to the dry cleaners because the only thing he could really salvage was his clothes and her clothes. There's several people I helped, but they were just salvaging their clothes, and they're going to like the laundromats, the industrial size, just dumping everything so they could get the musk and that smell out, that salt water out. It's just heartbreaking. So
Has most of the water like receded and stuff, or is
yeah, I
there
think
still
in my
areas that are
area,
just
like South Tampa, is receded because I mean now it's just pretty much recovery. Honestly, I mean, it's hard to salvage anything, but it's really recovery, and yeah, it's unfortunate. But more lives lost than needed to be. So it's it sucks. But you try to be thankful, you try to keep your head up and help those who are in need, and that's what we're doing. So
yeah,
my
well,
wife
keep
is,
doing what you're doing down there for everyone, and I know you're helping out as best you can. So
yeah. But, yep. If you know someone who needs help, just help them out. Especially man, the Carolinas got hit super hard.
Yeah.
Man, that's bananas. I didn't think they were gonna get because typically when a storm hits, once they hit landfall, it breaks down. But man, that thing was so huge. I heard something like the storm system was like 900 miles wide or something crazy. So it was just
it was
even
the
though it was
rain.
a
I don't
hurricane,
think it was
rain,
as much of the wind damage and stuff once it got into North Carolina, but just so much rain it overwhelmed everything.
yeah, it's just bananas, man. Yeah, a lot of places got hit because they're not designed or built for it. Never seen
Right.
it. So no, well, let's talk about something. Let's pick it back up. We can't end on a hurricane. You ended it with the page, and we go to the hurricane.
All right, we'll go back to page.
There you go.
And we'll end it this way. Everyone put a card out or
No.
a bourbon.
Hello, Elijah Craig, small batch, best bourbon for the money. Bottles like $30.
Little Aldi's, non-alcoholic tea.
Hey,
Best money for the.
I like sweet tea. I mean, my wife she's from the South, so we always have it. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
And this isn't even sweet tea. This is unsweetened.
Bro,
Not
I
even
go.
sweet.
My wife likes that sweet tea. Southern. She's a country girl. I'm from the city. I like that Kool-Aid, that grape. You just that's
Throw the
that
sugar
homemade
in.
Kool-Aid, grape flavor, purple.
Man, we
Lou,
gotta end this. We'll be on here for 3 hours talking about Kool-Aid and shit.
Even though I'm rooting for the Mets, I know your Yankees are in the playoffs, so I'll let you, as our featured guest, do the finish as you always do on your videos.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a Subway Series. I really am. But with that, thank you for joining us. Peace out and go Yankees.
Yeah.
Go